Hi, JJ. Hey, Barbara. Produce. Hey, D Woods, Vanna, SYL, Scriptcode. Actually, Produce, I have definitively lost weight. The About 20 pounds. I'm down to about 180. Hey, take another. I was hovering around I felt like I was hovering around somewhere around 200 for a while. I'm down to 180. The few days ago, a few days ago, I'd somewhere around there because I think I was hovering around 200 as I recall. Always, I'm always sleepy, D, and I have not been exercising. So yeah, a few days ago, I don't remember why, but I'd happened to be chatting with the one of the people that I live with, and for some reason, I mentioned that I don't have a scale. Hey, trailer. I think she was talking about like her weight or something like that, and I mentioned that I don't have a scale right now. A little bit produce. My jeans are a little bit looser. Hey, fart. And apparently, they happen to have a skull scale. They happen to have a scale. Hey, Kira, that they can't actually use. Um, so she gave it to me today, and I tried it out. Great way to lose weight is give yourself a tapeworm. I mean, considering how I eat, take another. Entirely possible. How am I doing? Yeah, surviving. Anyway, yeah. So the scale. May as well show the scale off. Show you why they couldn't really use it. So yeah, here's the scale. The numbers are. It's a pretty small area for the numbers. Got to be honest. That's my job. It's fine. And yeah, it's like just the way it's set up. Like even I have trouble. And now I'm back to 200. What the hell? Okay, maybe I haven't lost weight because it says I'm back to 200. I swear earlier it was showing 180. Nope, looks like I am closer to 200. Okay, so apparently I haven't lost any fucking weight. I must have just misread the scale earlier. Or maybe it's because I'm doing it on, or maybe it's difference between carpet and hardwood floor, or I don't know. That's 20 pounds of bees. I mean, I do feel like my bees have gone lighter. Does Vanity light? Yeah. Lost 16 pounds the other day by putting one leg of the scale on carpet. I mean, I was just trying it on carpet. Earlier, I tried it on. Earlier, I did try it on just tile floor. Let me try it on tile floor again. 180. So I'm 180. So my weight depends on whether I'm on carpet or tile. So apparently I am 180 on tile. Tile floor is accurate? Okay. Where is it? So yeah. On carpet, I'm 200. On tile, I'm 180. Look skinnier. Yeah, I definitely have lost a little bit. I definitely have lost a little bit of weight. Can't weigh on carpet. I wonder if that's why. I wonder if that's why the other scale wasn't working and kept getting like weird weights. Hey, Ghostface. Lose this one. Yeah, apparently I lose it super easy just by moving the. Apparently, all I need to do to lose weight is to move the scale a couple feet. Losing weight makes your skin value. I mean, there. It depends, Kira. Or as well. It depends. Depends on how much weight you're losing, and it depends on how fast you're losing it. Which scale? It's a new scale. Or, I mean, new to me anyway. It's a scale, it's a scale that I got from the people I live with. Hey, Lupita. Under the desk, elliptical. Help me just get some movement. I mean, it probably would help. I don't know if I have enough space under my desk. I don't know that I have enough space under my desk for that, actually. Scale I have only weighs grams. Oh, yeah, I just remembered new Clone High tomorrow. New episode of Clone High tomorrow. Woo-hoo. Hopefully with some Cleopatra this time. And she didn't really get a whole lot to do in the first two episodes. Like that show? I mean, classic Clone High was amazing. What height am I? 5'8". I'm just shy of 5'8". Yeah, Classic Clone High was an amazing show. And I think a large part of why it worked was when it came out. It was sort of the right time for it. It was like, I mean, it was anything like the old one. The new one tries. It's been 20 years, is the thing. So, like, the first episode is like trying to get into how times have changed. So like it gets into like cancel culture. You know, with things that we used to say 20 years ago are not allowed to be said now. Like at one point Abe makes a comment about something being gay as a because like you remember like back in the day, people used to be like, "Oh, that's so gay," to mean it's bad or disappointing or where I watch it. I watched on Crave TV. I watched it on Crave, the Crave website. It's on. It's apparently on HBO Max. It's mean lame. Lame is actually not a great term to use either. Scapegoat. Uh, Lame is something that is considered ableist. So it's actually not a great term either. But yeah. Yeah, so Abe was like, so yeah, Abe was just having trouble sort of fitting in anyway, just sort of getting used to not being able to say things. Hey, it was okay. Death commercial about how Colin can. I don't remember that PK. Say lame one. I mean, most people do. Vanna. It's one of those things. Most people will say lame, just because it's without even thinking, about what that word actually means. It's become very much dissociated from its actual meaning. But it's something that I've tried to crazy. Again, trailer. I have tried to remove crazy from my lexicon. I'll say wild instead. I'm gayer than Rosie O'Donnell at a bisexual bridal shower. So, I mean, it's like there's certain words that are just incredibly common. What do you say instead of lame? Depends. Shitty. I'll say it's shitty, honest, sometimes. Or disappointing. Weak. I'll use like, oh man, that's weak. Whack is good. Nuts. I mean, not a new one. It's the one I've had since I moved in here. Whack is good alternative, but I thought that was AAV originally. But I mean, it sort of just slipped in. I said, did I just see the upward verb? Yeah, take that. Yeah. The lipstick queen. Fuck is the most versatile word in the English language. It is absolutely the most. It can be noun, verb, adjective, adverb. It's like it can fit any role. You can make entire sentences composed of almost solely composed of the F word. Garand, yep. Or Gerund? Gerund or Garand? Frick is good. Frick is a good sort of. Still say the R word. Yeah, that is disappointing. Gerund. It is Gerund. Okay, I thought so. I thought that might have been it. Yeah, frick is a really good non-swear. It's a great one. Heck is good. Frig is another good one. Dang. I do appreciate a good dang. Hey, Claire. Yag. Fudge. Is frick just a misnomer for frig? Probably. Absolutely take another, but sometimes you can't use the F word. It's like sometimes actual profanity is inappropriate. Like if you're talking to kids or if you just need it to be something that if you need to be a child appropriate, grandma appropriate, depends. I mean, that depends on how cool your grandma is, Trailer. Exactly, average dude. I have a Canadian friend who always said drats, and I loved it so much. Yeah. Science says intelligent people curse more. I'm inclined to doubt it, and I'm inclined to think that there's no real correlation there. I use prick to the people I hate. Yeah, prick is a good one. Yeah, so like sometimes you just can't swear, or sometimes it's just honestly, sometimes it's just more fun to use non-swears. I like when people say freaking, I can tell they want to cuss or weird morally, and it's funny. Yep. Because like damn it is satisfying, but sometimes dang it is just more fun, you know? Sometimes dang it can actually be more satisfying than damn it. I had a coworker who audibly censored all his criticisms at them. Bros before hoes? Absolutely. Actually, it depends on the bro, depends on the hoe. It depends on the bro and the hoe. There are some bros, like, please, you're not worth I am not giving up a hoe on your behalf, buddy. Can hoes be bros? Absolutely. Hoes can absolutely be bros. Yeah, I mean, there are some times where it's like, you'll find a hoe and it's like, sorry, guys, she's worth it. I will absolutely lose a bro over this hoe. But other times it's like, I love you, bro, but you're not worth any hoe. Right? Would you ever trust a hoe? I mean, sure. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing saying that a hoe can't be honest and forthright, yeah. Do you sleep with a hoe? Maybe. Would you trust a pimp? No, probably not. Thoughts on Don't Trust a Hoe by 30H13? HI3? No idea what that song is. Never heard that song. Would I break a hoe? Doubt it. I'm weak. I am very weak. Would you trust the Gordon's Fisherman? He seems like an honest chap. How do I not know that song? Do you have any idea how little attention I pay to pop culture, PK? Especially popular music? Do you think I've never in my life, have I actually actively paid attention to popular music? I mean, maybe a little bit as a kid, like Much Music. Yeah, as a kid, I suppose I did watch Much Music now and then. But I mean, at that time, popular music was like Nirvana. But like, other than that, like, never in my life have I given a damn about popular music. I spent a significant chunk of my life actively avoiding, actively hating popular music before deciding, actually, you know what? I just don't care. Nirvana's overrated? Disagree. Dressing up as Miles or Peter? If I were to dress up as one of them, Miles has got a pretty banging costume. Where it sounds like Pumped Up Kicks. And you know what? The version of Pump Up Kicks I first heard was a cover. I heard a cover of Pumped Up Kicks before I heard the original. Anyway, favorite music video? I mean, hard to say. Like, Here It Goes Again by OK Go is an amazing music video. OK Go had a few amazing music videos. No, fart. The version I heard was by a band called, was it Owl Party? Owl Eyes. The version I first heard was Owl Eyes. The treadmill, exactly, PK. It's a really good video because it's so simple, but so mesmerizing to watch. They had a couple other really good music videos as well. The one with the dogs was really good. The one with the Rube Goldberg machine was great. Craigman? No, I don't want to get hit with a copyright strike, Craig, so no. So nah, I don't want to play it. Best music videos made by Tongo Le Tone. Aside from that, aside from OK Go, Buddy Holly by Weezer. You know, Weezer's not really a band that I particularly care about. Buddy Holly's a fun enough song, but that music video, it's a damn good music video, right? What are some of the music videos that I like? I'm trying to think of other music videos that I remember. Take on me. It's an iconic video. I hate the song. I don't like the song, which hampers my enjoyment of the video. But I mean, it's absolutely an iconic music video. I remember I did really like One by Metallica, that music video. I did really enjoy that video back in the day. Green Day? Yeah, I listened to Green Day back in the day. Still got a couple of Green Day songs on my computer. Yeah, Basket Case is a good song. When I come around, it's a good song. But yeah, I had Dookie. Favorite album? Like just in general, my all-time favorite album. Um, that's a tough one. I'm tempted to actually say, oh, I'm blanking on the name of it. For me, favorite album might be a toss-up between Stairs and Elevators and Arrow, both by Heartless Bastards. Both have a lot of really good songs. Like, hey, Anastasia. Like, Stairs and Elevators. I might say Stairs and Elevators by Heartless Bastards. A lot of banger tracks, and it's the album that got me into the Heartless Bastards, and it's not necessarily their best work. Not that it's bad. It's like I said, banger after banger. But it's got like Panic at the Disco broke up. Aw. You didn't until yesterday. Papa Roach. No, fucking hated. I always hated Papa Roach. I only heard the one Papa Roach song, and that song was terrible. I don't even remember what that song was. It was just terrible. Was Last Resort was Last Resort the Papa Roach song? Was that what his big song? Yeah, I hated that song. I thought it was terrible. This is my plastic fork. Yeah, I just thought that song was terrible, unlistenable. Anyone tell me that I'm fine? Not often. Linkin Park. No, always hated Linkin Park. Breaking Benjamin. Couldn't get into them. I don't hate them. I just don't enjoy them. They're not for me. Linkin Park, I actively hate. Breaking Benjamin, I just don't enjoy. 3 Days Grace, again, don't enjoy them. Saw Linkin Park in concert. I'm sorry, PK. Who's my favorite Canadian artist? I don't know. Metric's really good. Stars are really good. Peppers? Nah, I don't enjoy the Peppers. Shania Twain? I'm not into country or pop, so Stars Are Blind by Paris Hilton? No. That's my new job. Hey, Telly, it's okay. Slipknot. Nah, I never liked Slipknot. I was never into. I never really had that much interest in metal, aside from a couple of bands like Metallica and Megadeth, and that was about it. I never really got into metal beyond that. Slipknot, I just found a little bit screamy for my tastes. The Bird by the Trashmen. Maybe Take Another. I couldn't tell you. I have no idea. See the original Splash Mountain at Disneyland shut down forever. Yeah, wasn't it because they had like Song of the South shit on there? Like, didn't they have like wasn't that like Song of the South themed for some reason? Despite that movie being in the vaults, locked in the vaults forever, never to be seen again. Everybody's heard about the bird. Ah, okay. The bird is the word. That one take another. Okay. Yeah, I did hear that song. When I was a kid. I had it when I was a kid. I had a cassette of like sort of like 50s and 60s rock and roll songs, and The Bird. What was it called? Talking Bird? Surfing Bird. Surfing Bird. I think it was called Surfing Bird. Boyfriend put on Bugs Bunny and cartoons in his anti-Nazi episode. Nice. Snowbird by Anne Marie. Not my thing. Much respect to Anne Marie. Hell of a career she had. Zippity doo Yeah, that's the only thing anyone actually knows from Song of the South, because Disney long ago decided we can't show this thing ever to anyone ever again. Do I know Anne Marie? I mean, I never met her. I know of her, but I never met her. I don't know why people ask if I know somebody. Why would you think that I, a hermit, would know anybody? I don't talk to people. I don't meet people. Backstreet Boys versus NSYNC. Cage match. Does it exist in some media market? Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, they've got, like I said, they've got the tape in the vault. Like they're not going to delete the or they're not going to just destroy the what they have. Aren't many people in Canada. Yeah, only about 30 million, but we're spread out a lot taken up. That's the thing to remember. We're very spread out. There's not a lot of us, but we cover a wide territory. Hey, honey bunny. Drake? No. Again, I don't meet people. Publicly available. I mean, I would guess that there are probably places. Like, I would guess that you probably could watch it. Not legally. But yeah, I imagine that you could probably find that to watch somewhere. You might need to do a little bit of digging for it, but you probably could. Who's that? Yeah. It's honestly surprising that Splash Mountain, like that they kept up the Song of the South theme for Splash Mountain as long as they did. And I mean, obviously, Disney always has new movies coming out. So it's one of those things where Disney has to. Have I heard Rush? They're not for me, Zach. They're not somebody that I enjoy. I don't really like the guy's voice. Yeah, like Disney World tends to sort of rebrand its places anyway. Yeah, like they will see the reviews for Spider-Verse. Seeing that it's got like 97% right now. That it is, that everybody thinks it's amazing. Blink 182, don't enjoy. But yeah, like it's like I know people like it's weird to me that there are people like freaking out about Splash Mountain closing down so that they can sort of redo it with a different theme, which is what's going to happen. They're just going to go to high school with Ryan Gosling. He was a little bit ahead of me. Take another. He was a few like he's a little bit older than I am, so he was a few years ahead of me. So I never went to the same school as Ryan Gosling. We did attend the same high school, but he graduated before I started. I'm pretty sure he graduated high school before I started it. So again, not somebody that I ever would have had the chance to meet. In theory, what's funny is in theory, my brother could have met him, but my brother went to a different high school. My brother went to General Vanier, while Ryan Gosling went to CC, Cornwall Collegiate. So theoretically, they could have met, except they went to different high schools. Because my brother is only 1 year younger, I think, than Ryan Gosling. Because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think Ryan Gosling is 43. Hey, Obi. He could be married right now. Yeah. Yeah, Gosling born in 1980, so. No, he's 42. So yeah, Gosling was born in 1980. My brother was born in 1981, so only a year apart. Best friend is first cousins with Ashton Kutcher. Nice. Oh, ex-best friend. Right, Splash Mountain in 2005. Find a yearbook with him and show them alive. Meh. Rare Rabbit from Disney World as a kid. Favorite Disney princess? I mean, Jasmine was mine as a kid. Because, like, I watched Aladdin. Like, Aladdin was one of the only Disney. I didn't watch a lot of Disney movies as a kid. Like, I didn't watch a lot of the princess movies as a kid. Because I was a boy. I don't want to watch princess movies. I'm a boy. Stupid. You know? Tiana Ride? Probably. Something like that, I think I've heard. Which, you know, actually kind of ironic. Taking it from being themed after the movie's so racist they've had to hide it away to instead the first black princess. Never watched that one. I might actually be too Canadian for Pocahontas. Because, like, even as a kid, like, I heard about, you know, Indigenous people were treated like shit. Yay! I don't think, like, that is something that Canadians do sort of pick up fair, or that I think a lot of Canadians do pick up on fairly early, or like do hear about fairly early, is, you know, the white man fucking over the Indigenous people. So I think even as a kid, I heard about criticisms of Pocahontas being designed to sort of whitewash history and, like, just being kind of racist in how it depicted the relationship between Pocahontas and the white dude. And I'm like, Jack while watching Bambi. Fair. John Smith, yeah. And so, like, I didn't really hear about, like, so, like, I don't know that I heard about the details of how it was changed, but I do know that, but I'm pretty sure at the time I did hear about controversy around the movie. And even if it wasn't a girl movie, I have a feeling that probably would have turned me off of it. I have a feeling that, like, just like hearing about the movie would have turned me off it, or hearing about the controversy probably would have been enough to turn me off it. What about Belle? What about Belle? She's cool. Best book you've ever read? Honestly, I really, really liked Forest of a Thousand Lanterns by Julie C. Dow. Yeah, so, like, I think the only Disney movies I watched as a kid were Aladdin and Lion King. Those were the two that I watched as a kid. I loved Aladdin, and I had a crush on Jasmine. I'm not gonna lie. I had a crush on Jasmine. Indeed, Lipstick Queen. Aladdin was a lovely movie. It was. Aladdin was good. We're seeing Beauty and Beast in theaters. Yeah, that one I only watched in my 20s. All the other Disney movies that I've watched, I didn't come to until like mid 20s. So Beauty and the Beast, Cinderella, uh, Little Mermaid. Thoughts on Frozen? Have not watched Frozen. The Aladdin one, SNES game is hard. Yep. Designed to be hard. Sort of how a lot of games, how a fair number of games were designed back then. They were designed to be needlessly difficult. Used to love Cinderella for some reason. Do I learn words like stupid from the stepsisters? I mean, it's got animal sidekicks. It's full of animal sidekicks. What was that song? Cinderella, Cinderella, we can make her dress so pretty. There's nothing to it, really. And Lucifer. Lion King was too. Yep, Lion King was great. Best book I've ever read was Crime and Punishment by Fyodor Dostoevsky. I think I had that one and never read it. I read War and Peace. Like, I picked up Crime, Punishment, and War and Peace around, I think, the same time. I did read War and Peace. So long. I think that might have been kind of what turned me off reading Crime and Punishment. Like, I wanted to, is just like, it was one of those things, like, I kind of wanted to read it, is just remembering how long War and Peace was somehow turned me off Crime and Punishment, despite Crime and Punishment being significantly shorter. And despite me not actually disliking War and Peace. That's on Jackie Brown. Never watched Jackie Brown. Don't believe anyone who says they read it. I read it. I read a lot back then. This is when I was a teenager. Yes, I was reading War and Peace in fucking high school for some goddamn reason. Not for class, but just because, hey, Uncle Buck, I read War and Peace for my own entertainment in high school. Like, holy shit. The hell is wrong with me in retrospect? Maybe ADHD would never allow. I don't remember if Canada had Reading Rainbow. I know I didn't watch it. I think we might have had it, but I know I didn't watch it. But the thing is, Lipstick Queen. A lot of kids with, I'm pretty sure a lot of kids with ADHD did also were like big readers. Used to read Shakespeare when I was a teenager. Right. Because like you'd start and you'd get into it, right? Like despite your ADHD, like it was something that you'd sort of be able to focus on. Between the lines. No idea, Taylor Swift. So that is sort of what happened with me whenever I'd read. And that is sort of like why I'd read like War and Peace. I'd try to focus on it. But I did find War and Peace a little bit uneven, as I recall. Got my 1,000 times. I know. It absolutely does. It absolutely does go lipstick. It absolutely gets harder. Or actually, starting gets harder to read. I still like once I start reading, I can still usually read for a while, but picking up the book is really hard for me. Never read the Quran. I did want to at one point. Because, like, I read the Bible cover to cover. Again, as a teenager, I read the Bible start to finish, cover to cover. King James Version specifically. Good for you, Ben. Book of Mormon. Again, it was something that I thought about reading, that I wanted to read, and just couldn't start, basically. Like, I couldn't start it. It was just too much for me. Like, because like I said, I read the Bible cover to cover. Reading another book like that, reading Book of Mormon or the Quran or anything like that, it's just, nah, getting started was just like, it was just, no. Book is my favorite in the Bible? I don't know. None of them really. Like I said, about the only one of the very few moments in the Bible stand out to me, aside from the fact that a prophet sent a fucking bear after a bunch of kids for making fun of him, making fun of his baldness. Like, that is one bit of the Bible I will never forget. Thoughts on Elizabeth Holmes in jail? Good riddance. And hey, Danny Masterson also in jail. Woo woo. Guilty on 2 counts. Sentenced to, I think, 30 years. I believe Danny Masterson was sentenced to 30 years. Ah, fuck that guy. Who was that? He played Hyde on that 70s show. 30 to Life yet? So yeah, he played Hyde on that 70s show. He's also a for rape lipstick queen for sexual assault. Yeah, he's also a Scientologist. So obviously, the Church of Scientology, will they recast the character? No, I think they're probably just going to, like, he's not going to show up. Like, he wasn't in the most recent, like, he wasn't in that 90s show. He didn't show up in that 90s show. And I don't think that he will ever show up again. They might reference him, but Jackie versus Donna. Jackie and Donna. Smooching. Yeah, he's a Scientologist, which means that the Church of Scientology, Cult of Scientology, threw a lot of support behind him. And always happy when they lose. You know, was only 14. Was she? She was only 14 when that show started? That can't be true, Taylor Swift. Predator signed churches yet? She lied about her age. Wow, she did start on that show when she was 14. And then I guess 15 when she started on Family Guy. That is surprising. I thought she was a little bit older than that. Yeah. Neat. Predator signed churches yet? Who's she? Meg. At least, like, early on, like in the first, like, early on, she voiced Meg in Family Guy. I think other people have voiced Meg as well. I don't think she was the original voice for Meg. Yeah, so the original voice for Meg. I guess the original voice for Meg was Rachel McFarlane for the original pilot, and then Lacey Chabert voiced her for the first year or so, and then Mila Kunis starting in 1999, which I guess would have been the second season. Yeah, Mila Kunis has voiced her since season 2. She does loads of work with Catching Child Predators. I don't know. I don't remember that Anunnaki. I have to say, one thing that actually kind of bugs me about how Family Guy treats Meg. So, like, for a while, the more successful Mila Kunis got, the more the Family Guy writers would shit on Meg, sort of as a little bit of like playful, haha, you know, don't forget where you come from, or like just like sort of, we're just trying to keep her humble, which feels deeply fucking misogynistic. They didn't do that shit with Seth Green. You know, Seth Green would get a film role. They didn't feel the need to tear down, tear Chris down, or you know, Seth MacFarlane himself. You know, as he got bigger and bigger, they didn't feel the need to start shitting on Peter and Brian more and more. It was just, for some reason, they went with Meg for just what a coincidence. The character voiced by a woman. As the woman got more successful, the more they felt the need to shit on her. You know, it just feels really misogynistic that they did that. Exactly. They turned the character into a punching bag specifically because the voice actor was doing well. And hey, Roxanne. Like they turned the character into a punching bag because the voice actor was doing too well. Fuck off. Like the first 3 seasons of Family Guy were pretty good. You know, they had three solid seasons, and then they got canceled for a few years, and then they came back and were just, it was not the same. It is because she is fat and people hate fat women. Who, Meg? I mean, like, I mean, that was part of it. They started really leaning into the fat jokes for Meg. Again, shit on the character. Treat the character like absolute garbage. To keep the actress humble. Then they canceled King of the Hill for Cleveland Show. I suspect King of the Hill was canceled because it had been going on for so long. I don't know that it was canceled to make way for the Cleveland Show. I think with King of the Hill, it was more just a sense that the show had run its course. Or King of the Hill's coming back on Hulu. Yeah, something like that. Lipstick Queen. I think I've read that it's coming back as well. Needed a better finale. I didn't actually. I had stopped watching the show by that point. I'd stopped watching King of the Hill because I had stopped watching The Simpsons. And I had stopped watching The Simpsons because it was just not good anymore. Bobby's going to be an adult. I'm going to see how he ends up. Yeah. Yeah, it should be. It's got the potential to be very interesting. It will be a shame not having Luann. Well, 9 or 10. I don't remember Anunnaki. Like I said, I wasn't watching it by that point. "2010" it looks like. Jeez. 2010. So yeah, it was definitely time for it to end. 13 seasons. It ran for 13 seasons. That's a long ass time. So yeah, like not. It's good that it ended. I don't know what year it would have been, what season it would have been that I stopped watching. Probably, middle of the series. Because, like I said, I stopped watching that when I stopped watching Simpsons, and I stopped watching Simpsons probably around 2000, 2001, 2002. Because it had hit over, because The Simpsons did reach a point where it's just like, I am not enjoying this anymore, and in the slightest. Yeah. So I'm just trying to see when it was that I would have stopped watching that one. Probably 2001. Seems like there's a lot of stuff that I don't really, just like looking through episodes from it, and Strickland sold Sugarfoots to Hank for $1 to hide the assets from the divorce court. MASH was on 7 times longer than the Korean War lasted. Yep. Strickland has a bypass scar whenever he takes his shirt off. Really runs out his character. Yep. I never watched Boondocks. Guy that bought the Segway Corp lost control, went on one and drove off a cliff and died. I think I read something about that. I think I do remember that episode vaguely. So yeah, it must have been 2001, 2000. It must have been 2002 that I stopped watching Simpsons. Might have missed a few. Might have still caught a few here and there, like a couple here and there still. But I'll use Segway way easier than jumping off a bridge. Seems to be so. Celebrating with the pink drink. Hey, Habibi. Unfortunately, I can't get pink drinks anymore. FF16 out soon, yep. Do you put the lube on your hand or on the shaft? OMG, that's green with one not. Because I don't live near a Starbucks. I don't live near enough to Starbucks. It's too out of the way for me to walk down there. And I'm not using skip the dishes to get a drink. Hell no. It's just stupid. Not paying delivery fee for like one drink. Yes, Timmy's. Yeah, I mean, I could walk. I mean, there is a Timmy's nearby. I could get Timmy's if I needed to, but they don't really have any drinks that I want. Yeah, I'd be going down just for the donuts. And meh. Because I don't like coffee, and then they don't really do much aside from coffee, frankly. Just want to pull up their menu. Or see if I can pull up their menu. Frozen lemonades. Oh, Starbucks. And that's cool, but it doesn't really help me. So it's good for me to get a moped. Sorry, just sort of looking through their menu, seeing if they do have, just seeing if they do have, if Tim's does have anything that I would drink. Strawberry watermelon quenchers. I'd have to see what the quenchers are all about. Well, it seems like the quenchers are not very good from what I can gather. They do have frozen lemonade. I don't know. I guess I could. I guess there are a couple drinks I could get from Tim Hortons, but they're not the pink drink. They're not the pink drink, you know? Crispy or Dunkin' in Ottawa? I don't think either of them are in Ottawa, Zach. Not that I'm aware of. It's an Avatar: The Last Airbender. Never watched. Never watched it. Moped is on its song. I don't need a moped. I don't want a moped. I can take public transportation if I need to. Hoverboard? Only if it's a real hoverboard that hovers. Neither take another. No smoothie shops in your area? Should I riot? Hell yes. Anyways, I'm tired. I am tired. I'm gonna go. Remember that tomorrow we have Cove. We have more Cove content tomorrow, or more Baxter content. What we actually have tomorrow is more Baxter content. Don't think public transport is very good where we live. And we got cabs. So yeah, more Baxter tomorrow. Not sure if Cove will be present or not. Either way, hope to see you tomorrow. But for now, good night.